I feel personally attacked by this finale. Of course Ollie fucking lived. What's up, Shadowhunters, Angels and Dark Watchers alike, and welcome to First Thoughts for Shadowhunters Season 3A, Episodes 9 and 10. I don't know their names, so we're just going to call it the Shadowhunters finale. In all seriousness, this finale, I can't even begin to put into words how... See, no words at all. Just completely overloaded for one thing. I could have done without the 2 episodes in the 1 week, but fuck. That's all I can really say. Fuck. Oh fuck. Well, best get started anyway. I don't even know where to begin here, guys. I'm just fucking shook. I am shook to the core by this finale, by these 2 final episodes of 3A. I think we all are. So let's just jump into it. I'm just going to have to generalize my thoughts here because way too much went on. I think we can all agree that they were the 2 most dramatic and emotional hours of our lives. Like, wow. A lot happened and I wouldn't even know where to begin, and it would take too long to do everything like bit by bit, so we're just going to generalise thoughts and feelings for this episode. In Fair and Unbiased, we'll discuss the ending of 3A, the future, what this means, and where we'll be going from then on. This finale was of epic proportions. Like, never mind any other finale that Shadowhunters has done so far, this one was just mind-blowing. It was amazing. It was well written, well acted, just epic on all sides. Like, I couldn't cope with it, especially like the final half hour, 20 minutes of episode 10. It was all just so almost too much for me to handle. Oh wow, it was just amazing. I loved it, even though there was a lot of emotions that weren't exactly happy, but the fact that it made me feel so much just proves how good it was, you know? So to sort of, as I say, talk about some general things that happened, Alan Van Sprang made a surprise cameo. I don't know if it was ever like said that Alan Van Sprang was going to come back as Valentine, but if it was said, I never saw it and I was quite surprised, and it was nice to see him back, you know. Valentine, I believe, was a really good villain in seasons 1 and 2, and it was nice to see Alan back because he's a fantastic actor, and it was great to see him as Valentine again because, as I say, it's kind of nostalgic because he was the OG villain of Shadowhunters, and it was just nice to see him back, even if he did look like literal death, even if he was literal death, you know. And I was a bit weary because I thought they're not going to make him like escape, are they? But they didn't. Thank God. I didn't want a whole, there'd be too many villains going on if like he got out of the guard. Way too much happening there. But it was great to see him back, and it was great to see how that furthered the plot, and it was great to see his interactions with Clary, even if it was stroking Mary Sue Frey's ego a little bit. You know, you are my greatest creation. You are the best Frankenstein's monster. I love you. No thanks. It's just Clary. Only, still hasn't really done much, but let's not get into that again. But yes, it was great to see Alan Van Sprang again, and even though I don't think he'll come back ever again, it was nice to see, like, him back, you know. As I say, it's quite nostalgic, and as I say, I hope he doesn't come back again, because then it would just be beating a dead horse, you know. It's one of those things that's nice for, like, the one time, but then you don't want to overkill it, you know, and start to expect him to come back all the time. Maybe Valentine will be the next Rory from Doctor Who, always coming back to life. Lorenzo Rey also came back for an episode. He's a bastard. Oh my god. In episode, when he came back in season, at the start of the season, it was kind of like, oh, he's a bit bitter, you know, him and Magnus have history or whatever it is, but you thought, like, it's not, like, he's not that bad, you know, you have bad blood with quite a few people, you get bitter with, you know, people, and then, you know, that, it's just normal, that stuff, but then, nope, no, he proved himself to be a fucking bastard. He didn't let the Warlocks help Magnus get the power to free Jace, which is just, like, why? Like, it's not even like he gave them the choice. Like, he said, look, Magnus wants help. Anyone who's willing to help, you can. He was just like, no, none of yous are helping. If any of yous help, I'm gonna fucking send you to the Spiral Labyrinth, so don't even bother, which is just... Fuck you, and fuck everything you stand for. And then him and Magnus had a fight, and it was fantastic. We've never actually seen the Warlocks like properly fighting. We've seen Magnus fight your woman who, she was actually in it as well, the woman who was looking after Madzi, who wanted to impregnate Clary by the demon. You see Magnus fight her briefly, but it wasn't really that long. Not that the fight with Lorenzo was that long, but it was still great to see. Like, I loved seeing how like the movements and the different things that they do to get like spells going and how to give them momentum and stuff like that. It was great, and Harisham Jr. is so good with his movements. I love how he does everything. I love how he definitely like puts different thought into different spells and how to move his hands and everything. His dancer background definitely helps in that regard. And it was just an epic scene, you know. Magnus showing how much he can really fucking fight in combat. Even if Lorenzo is probably going to come back in season 3B and Magnus won't have powers, but we're not going to talk about that until far unbiased. Simon's family. Oh my god, Simon's family. Poor Simon. Oh. This happened in the books. Simon's mother did reject him when she found out he was a vampire in the books. But there wasn't much behind the reasoning besides you're a vampire and I don't like you. I love how they actually gave her a reason to be afraid of him rather than just being like, ew, vampire, I don't like you, and she drew the Star of David on the door and didn't let him in. I'm glad that it was awful that he drank from his sister, but it was nice to see that there was an actual reason behind his mother's fear, even if it was heartbreaking. I wanted to cry. I wanted to cry so long for Simon. I thought it was so horrible. It is so horrible. But no words. Alberto Rosende, you wouldn't believe that this show was his first acting job. He is going to great places. I'm calling that now. When Shadowhunters is over, Alberto Rosende is going to go far because his acting is impeccable and he has some real talent. And I was bowled over by his performance and all the poor stuff that happened to Simon. Simon, he doesn't deserve this. I'm not even going to talk about Heidi. She's a bitch. She can fuck off. She doesn't deserve attention in my video. Poor Simon. And even after all that, he went and helped Clary. Can you believe that? Simon deserves better. Sissy? Sissy? Is that you? Do we have Sissy? I think we have a bit of Sissy happening. If there's one thing we can take from all the pain and the misery of what happened to Simon, we're finally seeming to get some Sissy. Isabel confirmed that she is not dating the doctor anymore, which hopefully means Sissy will be coming soon. Which I can't even imagine how excited the Sissy shippers are right now. They have waited longer than the Alec fans have waited. This is their time. This is their moment. This is their time to shine. I'm sure they're dead excited and I'm so happy for them. So we found out as part of the ritual as well, to resurrect Jonathan, Lilith needs Clary. She needs, as long as Clary lives, Jonathan lives. And I just want to say right now, I actually wrote a fan fiction for the Hunger Games where a similar thing happened. And I just want to say that, like, I was actually surprised by that. I was just like, oh my god, it's like I wrote that. And I'm pretty sure in the books Jace was the one who got the rune. I'm not sure if that's going to like change or anything. I'm not sure. It's been a while since I've read the books. But basically, as long as Clary lives, Jonathan will as well. And this is based on the assumption that no one will kill Clary, which they won't, because they've already proved themselves multiple times that Clary's life is more important than the safety and protection of millions of others, which you know my thoughts on that. If you want to see my thoughts on that, I'm sure there are plenty of videos you can find where I complain about the fact that Clary's life was decided to be more important than the safety of millions of others. So Magnus had to visit his father, which I'm going to talk about more in Fair and Unbiased. But basically, to get the power that he needed, because Lorenzo was a cunt, he had to go to his father. And he got the power that he needed, but he had to exchange it for something. And we've talked about that. We're going to talk about that in Fair and Unbiased. And basically he was able to free Jace. But oh my god, Alec, what did he do? He just beat up Alec. He didn't just beat him up, he's nearly dead, and we don't find out if he's better. Alec. Oh. I didn't just try and kill him. It was like proper, like, fucking turn him apart. He was gonna kill him with his own arrow. He had him gonna kill him with his own arrow. Fuck. And then you think about the fact that Jace was in the Owl's head, probably screaming and screaming the way he was when he was killing Clary. Oh dear God. Oh, and Alec was just like, I forgive you, and it's not you, Jace. And it was like, my heart. It hurts. Oh. I wanted to die. Not just for the fact that broken bones makes me want to jump out of my skin and crawl under my bed. Anytime bones are broken on TV, I want to fucking die. I hate it. I curl up into a ball and kind of just times that by 1,000,000 because it was happening to Alec by the Owl with Jace screaming in his head, and we'll get to, you kind of get the idea of where I was when Alec was getting beat up. And we still don't know if he's okay. Thanks. Shadowhunters. Thanks. Alec's not dead. There's a lot of things going around saying, is Alec dead? No, he's not. He wouldn't be. Not only the fact that we have seen Matthew Daddario on set for season 3B multiple times with Harry Shum Jr., you know. Alec isn't dead. They wouldn't have killed Alec off. Alec is one of the most, if not the, alongside Magnus, most loved character in the series, depending on your opinion. They wouldn't kill him off. They're too smart for that. I think they know that killing Alec off would be a pretty dumb idea, you know. That doesn't make my heart feel any better though. Last time we saw Alec, there was an arrow poking out of his chest and his hand was like... And Magnus doesn't have the power to heal him! Oh! Finally, Jonathan has returned. Did anyone see that coming? You honestly thought Lilith would fail? Come on now. Yeah, this is basically what's happened now. Lilith is gone and we've got Jonathan now. We're pretty much we're running in from City of Fallen Angels into City of Lost Souls now. Generally, sort of, like, there's like mixed themes and mixed, like, you know, plot devices from all the books, but that is in our general area. So, yeah. That's where we are at this point as we end season 3A. So yeah. Fuck. Did you hear my nephew? So that's it for this week. Shadowhunters, Angels and Downworlders alike. I'll post Fair and Unbiased sometime next week. I'll discuss all the plot oriented things, anything I've missed. Things I definitely want to discuss is Magnus's dynamic with his father, Lilith's maternal instinct. I want to talk about Alec and Jace's Parvati bond as they were fighting. I want to talk about all that and more. And Luke and Maris together, because yes, power couple, fucking love it. So I'll see you then, Shadowhunters, Angels and Dark Watch is like, and remember, Alec's not dead, the show isn't that stupid.